my God, that was so much fun. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Monday. Today we're talking about using snowmobiles for access. You know, throughout the last couple of seasons at Next Level, we're getting lots of riders that are using snowmobiles, wanting to get better on snowmobiles, just to come out here and backcountry ski and snowboard. Today we're going to talk about the do's and don'ts of double up riding, plus go have some fun on our shred sticks, huh?
See ya, man.
Woo! Let's get into it. Well, as I said, guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we have, well, turned to blue sky. Not a whole lot of new snow, but some pretty damn fun stuff. Unexpectedly had an awesome day. Got my good buddy Jocko up here with me. Austin and I haven't been on snowboards in a while, but you guys remember that, you know, this is kind of how I got my start of riding sleds. Is way back in the day, you know, prior to Sled Next. So this is, let me try hard not to date myself here, but you know, 1996 time frame. We were using snowmobiles as a chairlift to anywhere. We were taking sleds up, you know, using snowboards. Didn't even have rack systems like these Cheetah factory racing racks that just make this so dang ideal. They've got all kinds of different racks and waterproof bags and everything else. Back in the day, we were having snowboards, one guy hanging onto one, the other guy on the other. We didn't really have like a format of how we did it. It was just using sleds, getting into the backcountry, building jumps, and just doing everything in the backcountry. And today, we thought it would be awesome to make a video talking about the two different styles of two-up riding. We have, throughout Next Level, in the last few years especially, been getting a lot of skiers and snowboarders that have bought sleds with that primary purpose, is that they were using that as a tool to get into the backcountry and use it for access. And so becoming a better mountain rider, getting more confident in riding, whether you're riding by yourself or even riding two-up, there's certainly some specific techniques that we thought we'd talk about. What a freaking awesome day. Yeah. I mean, we've been out here, I mean, a bunch. We've probably ridden, I don't know, 70, 80 days this season, and have continued to talk about bringing snowboards out and doing this sort of thing. And it's pretty awesome to have my buddy Austin out here with me. We've shredded a few lines. We got a little bit of snow on the overnight. It's just been super fun. And you know, we're getting this question asked a lot about two-up riding, and a lot of people buying sleds to access the backcountry with the primary reason to take their skis or their snowboards and do some backcountry riding. So we thought, let's build a video. Let's talk about like a couple of different styles, some ways that you can, you know, help yourself getting into the backcountry. And that would include, you know, a Cheetah factory racing rack, something that allows the snowboards to be behind the riders. And whether we're using the two-up style that you guys see, like we know that there is the Alaskan Style, and this is all from Travis Rice, you guys. You see Travis Rice signature pro model boards here. So talking with Travis, understanding that the Alaska Style is one rider with the other rider behind, and then the Canadian rider where both riders on either side. You know, let's remember that, you know, we refer back to a lot of the videos that we've already done through the Next Level channel. As the driver, if I'm on that throttle side, I'm also operating the brake. And I have seen riders where just because they're on either side of the sled, you've got the guy on this side, he's got his hand on the handlebar or on the mountain bar, but he's also operating the brake. I'm not, as a rider that knows better, I'm gonna have my throttle and my brake, and then allow the rider that's riding with you in that Canadian style to hang on to the mountain bar and then hang on to you know, the driver's backpack, and you guys will see some videos of us kind of doing both of those. Advantages to both. When there's a track packed in, the Canadian Style is a real quick way. You see guys that are kind of sessioning one big jump at a time and the track's real easy. The Canadian Style of just going up and just staying side by side, super easy. Because of the way the running boards are and the snowboards kind of come into the running boards, it's pretty nice to have all that freedom on being on just on both sides. You are kind of riding up front. And then that Alaskan Style, you're bunched up, especially if we're trying to wear avalanche bags, which we would always recommend that we're going to wear bags. Heck, we're still in the backcountry, guys. And so wearing the backpacks, the Alaskan Style, it's a bit tougher on the driver, but I'd also remember that you can side hill a lot better. If there was ever anything technical that you had to do in deep snow or crossing a hillside, I would way rather be in that one rider up front and the other rider behind position. And we do a lot of that, not using our sleds for snowboarding, but just even when we're taking people double up a hill through next level that are either tired or they're terrified of a hill and we need to do it that way. So we use that Alaskan riding style a lot. In terms of the snowmobile, we're talking about suspension, and we get asked all the time if someone's purchasing a sled for the first time and the primary reason is to ski or to snowboard with it, meaning that they are going to be oftentimes riding double. Well, let's remember that we're really stacking body weight onto the snowmobile, so it wouldn't hurt to make some improvements to the suspension, especially towards the rear end. With a Fox setup, utilizing that lockout, so that number 3 on the back on that QS3, what an awesome way to kind of prepare the sled when you are riding 2-up to be able to go up some of these hills. So there are some suspension changes that you could make. If you had a regular coilover setup, I would suggest getting a bigger spring with a higher spring rate, potentially even revalving that suspension to make it work better, knowing that the primary use of the sled is you're going to be stacking 2 people onto the snowmobile. So track lengths, most of the sleds that we have recommended or even built in the past, like we built a turboed sled for Travis Rice a couple seasons ago, and he wanted it to be turbocharged, so it had plenty of power, but we built him a 174 3-inch, knowing that was going to be, I would say that Travis he's come a long way in his riding, and so he's not only building the first track in that deep snow, but he's also 2-upping in some of that deep snow. So him having a really long track, lots of surface area, lots of traction, and the ability to have 2 people on that sled with all kinds of horsepower, I'm sure that sled has been really helpful for him and his crew, because there's a lot of these guys that may be awesome at snowboarding that are new to riding, and then also with the camera guys, like trying to get cameras and camera gear and camera cinematographers up onto the hill. Having that ability with all that power and that surface area, the longer track would certainly be better. All right, guys, well, before Austin and I head up for another shred session, I hope you guys really like this video. Guys, we're getting close to 40,000 subscribers. I appreciate all of you that have gone ahead and clicked that subscribe button. You guys remember that it really helps us. It shows us that the channel's working, and all the efforts that we're putting into giving you guys and putting out this information is really, really working. So we're getting close to the tail end of the season. I couldn't think of like a better way to wrap it up. Blue sky, good friends, sunny day, good pal, that sort of thing. But you guys leave those questions and comments below of this video, but let's remember, we're gonna try to keep this thing rolling throughout the summer. It doesn't mean every Monday, but we are gonna keep the channel going, and we'd be looking for all kinds of helpful insight into what's going on in the summer months that you guys would want a video or some sort of tutorial. So let's keep that in mind. We're getting close to that 40K, guys. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you next time.